After a long day on the road, finally decided to make something delicious for myself. So we're gonna make some fried spaghetti. As you see, this is some of the ingredients I'm using to cook this spaghetti. So let's get into it. So the first thing I did is cut my pepper. This is not hot pepper, this is the bell peppers. And yes, I peel my onion, wash it, cut it according to the size I want it to be. I want it a little bit big this time. The next step is to wash our coriander and then chop it up into small pieces. I have to do it a couple times to get it nice and smooth cut pieces. After all that, we get into the meat section where we have to cut this meat in a little bit smaller pieces because we have to do some frying. This is a fried spaghetti. We don't want a big chunk of meat inside that, and we wanted everything to be cooked well and blend in with the spaghetti. We'll get to the shrimp spot where we have to take out the shrimp and it's all frozen. So we have to put it into the hot water, melt all those ice on it, and then let it sit, let the water drain from it because we're gonna be putting it into the hot oil to fry. A lot of people doesn't like their shrimp with the tails on it, but me, I really don't mind. You know, I'm from different country, so everything is in place, ready for the next step. But before we go to the next step, let's go cook the spaghetti. So the spaghetti can be cooking while we're frying. Let's get that water ready, put it on the stove, turn up the fire. My pot is not that big, so I gotta cut it in half and put my spaghetti into my pot. And of course, I will not forget my Happy Meal dance. Come on, bro, stop goofing up. Let's get back into the cooking. Let's go. Back into it. So, put my oil in my pan. Yes, it's gonna seem like it's a lot of oil, but later on, I'm gonna take some of those oil out and use it. So the way I started when my oil is nice and hot is that I start with my meat. I put my meat in there first, fry that, let the hot oil go into the meat and cook it very good. Next, we'll bring in the shrimps and we'll put it into the meat that we just put in after the meat have been cooked well. I like to put in the bell peppers or the onion in last, and then after that I'll put the salt. Maggi is some kind of flavor you put in to bring the taste out. Let's not forget about our spaghetti. So the spaghetti is done. I'm gonna put in the drainer, drain all the water out, make sure there's no water in it before the next step, because the next step we're gonna be frying the spaghetti.